Well, good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Just have painted a couple of stuff, so it needs to dry. So I thought this is the perfect time to have a quick look at a new model. I picked the 40 Custom Ford pickup truck, which I coincidentally have in my stash. Now that's a kit from Revell. Looking at the extended history, you will see that 1964 monogram had something similar already. Then new parts and new boxes and new decals up to 1995. Then obviously Ertl took over monogram and they had it packed then with new tooling. Then monogram came out again after that with a new box, and in 2011 the kit which you now see the box of, that kit came out in 2011 from Revell. I haven't looked at it, so we look at it together. It'll be interesting to see what the parts look like. This is what the front looks like. We'll just have a quick look. This is pretty much the same. Here we have the usual stuff. We have 104 parts, so not too many. Here we have water slide decals. It is all molded in white. It gives you a little bit of history. There it gives you more or less an idea what the colors you need, not too many. There's a different picture, the way you can build it, different from what you see here. So there are many there are some different options as far as the decals are concerned. And here you have another look. You can do it either close it up, look of the engine, beautiful, beautiful, or you can give it wooden rails. It's all up to you. So there are a couple of options which you can choose how you want to build this. Let's have a look at the instruction sheet. You all know the Revell instruction sheet by now, not that new to us anymore. Here we have the color chart again, and we see it's not more than what is on the box. That's what it is. The parts list, and then obviously the usual, start with the engine and the frame and all that other kind of stuff. So we are pretty used to that, and at the end obviously they give you more or less an idea what it should look like. The nice thing, we have two options here, one with the wooden floor and another one a bit hot rodded. Here you go. Always nice. And see white wall tires, we come to that. Let's have a look at the tires while we talk about them. Now these are the typical Revell tires. That's what they look like. It gives you an idea. There are some of them on a tree, some of them aren't. They have a good enough tread, I guess. That that looks pretty decent. That's not a problem. Here we go. Yeah, I can see it. They have, like all Revell kits, no branding whatsoever, and I haven't figured out yet how to put proper branding on a tire, so that's how they will be. So Revell tires, normal vinyl tires, you see, and well, that's about it, I guess. Then let's have a look at the decals. Here you are, all the decals for the different versions. You see white walls as decals. I'm not a huge fan of that, but it is doable. And we have decals for the back and so on and so forth. And what I don't, oh yes, and most important, and I like that a lot from Revell, ATM doesn't do that often, is that we have decals for the dashboard. Very nice. Just look at that here. Oh, come on, just focus, camera. Here, number 10. Beautiful, beautiful decal. Right. But the decals from Revell, have been good most of the time. Let's have a look at the special parts, like the windows. It has a nice split window. I'm a huge fan of split windows. I find them kind of sexy. And this one even has side windows. Now that's something special you don't see every day. It has the front lights over here. I'm sure it has some back lights somewhere as well. I haven't found anything molded in red. Otherwise we'll have to do it manually. Let's have a look at the glass here just quickly while we are at it. Yeah, it's nice and thin. If you had a look at my last review with the AMT kit of that 51 Chevy, you see this glass is a lot thinner, and so for the factor of distortion is nearly not visible. And while we are at it, we have another look at the chrome. As I said, you can say it's too toy-like. Then you can obviously dechrome it and do your own thing with Molotov pen or whatever your preferred method is, or you can use them like this. Let's go a little bit closer. Here you are. That actually looks pretty neat, nice, detailed on the rims. There's some engine detail. Here you have the bumpers and other stuff, which isn't chrome, like these stuff over here, which I'm not quite sure it should be. So there might be some dechroming coming up. But here you are. That's it. Mirror and other stuff here as well. And then just look at the lights over here. Beautiful detail. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Right, we saw there's not too much flesh over there, so that's very nice. And let's have a look at the white part, and it comes in 2 bags. And here we are, that's the first bag. Let's have a quick look how that looks. It actually looks quite decent. There I don't see huge flash. Bottom pan, that is when you want to cover up the load bit at the back. And here we have inner wheels. Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, it actually doesn't look too bad at all, does it? No, it actually looks very clean, given the fact that it was last retooled in the mid-80s. So who knows, maybe Revell has done some retooling on this. Then we have this one, very nice. Steering wheel over here. Let's get a bit closer so you can see. No flash. Very nice, like it. Then we have the frame, which is over here. It looks straight enough. Last time I said that it wasn't. Just have a look at here. Yeah, this one is a lot better. Yeah, you can't see anything. Sorry about that. That actually looks pretty good. And then we have a look at this one. There are doors, which are inside doors. That's interesting. Here you go. You have doors which are only for the inside. They're nicely padded. And you have the bench just as padded. Very nice. And that's just part of the drivetrain. Very interesting. Very interesting. I wonder where this is going. Then we have a second bag right over here. There's obviously some very interesting parts on here which we can see. We can see the bottom pan with the front fenders. I must say there is no flash whatsoever. There is a little bit over here if you look there. Let's do it on this side. Maybe if you close enough you might see it. Here we go. There's a little bit of flash here, though that needs some work. You have the bonnet slits in, and you have the rear fenders over here. Very sweet. Then let's have a look at this. That's an interesting part. That's the rear flap. Then we have 2 different dashboards. It's always nice to have dashboards. You can never have enough dashboards. I love dashboards. Then you have those wooden sleds for the loading area, and then these are the side slats for the loading area right over here. Here we go, very sweet. Then we have the outer parts of the doors. Now that's very interesting, means that it might have opening doors. I will try to figure that out. The firewall, here's the engine. If you really want to be full of criticism, you can see there's a little bit of flash here, but really nothing to write home about, just be honest here. And that looks, I'm not quite sure what that is. The inside of the loading bed from the back, I would assume. And then we have the cabin, which is obviously not huge. Here you have it. It has a little bit of roughness here. You can see there's some flesh which you have to have a go at. Oh, look at that. It has a beautiful structure on the ceiling as well. I like that a lot. And especially when you can open the doors, you can see a lot of the inside, so you would like to have it nice and sweet and perfect. Well, here you are, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is a neat kit. Looking at how the parts look, they actually look very, very neat. I like them a lot. Clean, there's a little bit of work on it, but nothing which cannot be worked on. Compare that to the AMT, which I had a look at last week. This is obviously a different kettle of fish, and I'm actually looking forward to having it go with this some other time. I'm now busy with something else at the moment, and which I have just kind of started, and would like to finish that first, and then this might be my next project. Yeah, I'm busy with the 36 Ford, and I'm busy finishing up my Nissan and my Olds 50 Rocket, and once I've done that, then this 40 custom pickup truck might just be right up my alley. Love the color actually as well. I might just do it that kind of color. Looks different here than what it looks on the screen, so if you're not quite sure what it looks like, just have a look at ScaleMates. Give a really good idea what that is all about. Well, thanks very much for watching. I wish you a wonderful evening, and till the next time. Cheers.